I want to discuss with you the differences between nationalism and patriotism. Originally, the two words were used interchangeably. Nationalism and patriotism basically meant the same thing. The former definition of nationalism was the love of one's country above all others. It's the belief that your country is better than all the others. And that doesn't seem like there's anything wrong with that, does it? Patriotism is the love of one's country, and it's also defined as a healthy pride in your country that brings about feelings of loyalty and a desire to help other citizens. So, in both of those terms, it seems like you really, really, really love your country. What could be wrong with that? Well, meanings change over time. Let's start with those two basic definitions. Nationalism, the love of one's nation above all others, and patriotism, the love of one's country. So basically, love of one's nation versus love of one's country. So we still have some words there that we need to define. We need to define nation and country. So a nation is defined as a large body of people who are united by common descent, history, culture, or language, or maybe people who inhabit a particular country or region. So, say in our case, it might be people who are from the South. As far as a definition of country goes, a country is a nation with its own government and occupying a particular territory. So, a nation, as we've just defined, is a body of people with common history and all of that stuff. Now, notice that we don't have, as part of nation, the idea that one nation is better than others. So that's not a root definition for the word nation. So a nation is a body of people and the country aspect of it is a nation or a body of people with its own government that makes up a particular territory. So at this point, the definitions are still a little confusing. So the best way to define it is actually to show it. So here is the definition of patriotism. Remember, patriotism is love of one's country. Or to put our definitions together, it would be love of a body of people with its own government that occupy a particular territory. Well, here we are with people in a particular territory and this kind of pride or concern or love for all the people in it and the government that it has instituted. And it includes everyone. It includes the blue, the green, the orange, the purple people. Everyone is included. But in nationalism, some people are excluded, which is the big difference. So remember, our definition of nationalism initially was love of one's nation, especially above all others. And we know that our definition of nation was a body of people united by common descent, history, or culture. So what we're talking about with nationalism is when people unite by one culture and they think their culture is best, and so they exclude one or more other cultures. So in this map example, whatever the culture is might discriminate against all the blue people because the blue people share no part of their culture. So nationalism is exclusionary in nature, and that's why nationalism is bad, but patriotism can be good. So that's the difference between the two words. I hope this helped clear that up.